Imagine waking up to a morning where your home feels like a sanctuary, your mind is clear, and your heart is aligned with what truly matters. No frantic rush, no cluttered spaces, no nagging sense that you're falling behind. Instead, there's a quiet calm, a sense of purpose, and a deep appreciation for the simplicity of the moment. In a world that pushes you to accumulate more stuff, more commitments, more noise, this kind of life might seem like a distant dream. Your closets overflow with clothes you don't wear. Your calendar is packed with obligations that drain you, and your thoughts are tangled in stress, consumerism, and the pressure to have it all. But what if the path to a richer, more fulfilling life lies not in adding more, but in embracing less? Japanese minimalism offers a timeless blueprint for this, blending philosophies like Wabi-Sabi, Motainai, Kaizen, Danshari, Ikigai, Ma, and mindfulness into a way of living that's intentional, meaningful, and free from overwhelm. Today, I'm going to guide you through 7 practical steps to live like a Japanese minimalist, showing you how to transform your life into one of clarity, purpose, and joy. Let's walk this path together, gently and thoughtfully, as you discover how simplicity can lead to abundance. Japanese minimalism isn't about stripping your life bare or living in an empty room with a single chair. It's about creating space, physically, mentally, and emotionally, for what truly matters. It's rooted in a deep respect for quality over quantity, for intention over impulse, for being overdoing. In Japan, this philosophy draws from ancient wisdom, where concepts like Wabi-Sabi, embracing imperfection, Motainai, avoiding waste, and Ma, the power of empty space, shape daily life. These ideas aren't just cultural quirks, they're practical tools that counter the modern struggles you face. The stress of endless to-dos, the anxiety of financial strain, the disconnection from purpose, and the overwhelm of clutter in your home and mind. By living like a Japanese minimalist, you can reclaim your time, energy, and joy, building a life that feels lighter yet richer, simpler yet more profound. Let's explore 7 steps to make this your reality. Each one a small, intentional shift that compounds into lasting change. Step 1 is to embrace Wabi-Sabi, the art of finding beauty in imperfection and impermanence. In Japan, Wabi-Sabi is a worldview that celebrates the incomplete, the weathered, the authentic. Think of a cracked teacup mended with gold, its flaws making it more beautiful. Now, consider your life. How often do you chase perfection? Maybe it's a flawless Instagram feed, a spotless home, or a career without setbacks. This pursuit is exhausting, isn't it? It leaves you feeling inadequate, your worth tied to an unattainable ideal. Wabi-Sabi invites you to let go of this pressure. It whispers that your value lies in your unique, imperfect journey, the laugh lines from years of joy, the messy desk that shows you're creating, the mistakes that teach you. By embracing Wabi-Sabi, you release the stress of perfectionism and find peace in the present. This shift is liberating. Instead of hiding a worn sweater, you wear it with pride for its comfort. Instead of berating yourself for a failed project, you see it as a step toward growth. Wabi-Sabi also fosters gratitude, helping you appreciate what you have rather than yearning for what you don't. Try this today. Find one imperfect thing in your life, a scuffed shoe, a wobbly table, or a personal flaw like forgetting names. Reflect on its story, its character. Write down why it's beautiful or valuable. This small act quiets your inner critic, creating mental space for joy and creativity. Step 2 is to practice motenai, a deep respect for resources that translates to "what a waste." In Japan, motenai is a way of honoring everything you have, objects, time, opportunities, by using them fully. Picture a grandmother carefully reusing wrapping paper or turning scraps into a meal. Contrast this with modern habits: buying clothes you wear once, tossing half-eaten food, or letting hours slip away on social media. This wastefulness doesn't just clutter your space, it creates a subtle guilt, a disconnection from abundance. Motenai asks you to pause before discarding anything and consider its potential. Could that old jar become a vase? Could those 10 minutes before bed be spent reading? This mindset cultivates mindfulness, helping you make conscious choices that align with your values. The benefits are tangible: a decluttered home, a lighter environmental footprint, and financial relief from spending less. Emotionally, motenai boosts your sense of resourcefulness, replacing "I need more" with "I have enough." Start small. This week, commit to one motenai action. Maybe it's repairing a torn bag or using vegetable peels for broth. Notice how it feels: grounded, empowered, connected. Over time, motenai transforms waste into wealth, not just in your home, but in your heart. Step 3 is to adopt Kaizen, the philosophy of continuous incremental improvement. In Japan, Kaizen drives progress in workplaces and personal lives, emphasizing that small, consistent steps lead to transformative change. Compare this to the modern obsession with quick fixes, crash diets, extreme decluttering marathons, or resolutions that fizzle out. These all-or-nothing approaches often lead to burnout, leaving you defeated. Kaizen is gentle and sustainable, asking you to improve just 1% each day. Tidying one drawer, meditating for 2 minutes, or choosing a kinder word. Imagine the relief of knowing you don't need to overhaul your life overnight. Instead, you build habits that stick, creating progress without stress. Kaizen also nurtures self-compassion. When you stumble, you don't spiral. You adjust and keep going. This approach reduces anxiety by focusing on process over perfection. Pick one area of your life that feels chaotic, maybe a cluttered closet or a packed schedule. Set a tiny goal. Spend 5 minutes organizing a shelf, or say no to one non-essential task this week. Track your progress for a month, and watch how these small steps compound into a calmer, more intentional life. Kaizen teaches you that growth is a journey, not a race, and every step counts. Step 4 is to practice danshari, the art of decluttering your physical, mental, and emotional spaces. Danshari comes from 3 Japanese characters: refuse, dispose, and separate, forming a holistic approach to letting go of what no longer serves you. In today's world, your urge to accumulate more gadgets, more commitments, more likes. This clutter creates mental noise, making it hard to hear your own desires. Dan Shari invites you to reclaim clarity by asking, do I need this? Do I love it? Does it reflect who I am now? Picture sorting through a wardrobe, keeping only clothes that fit and spark joy. Now, apply that to your calendar. Are you saying yes out of guilt or your thoughts? Are you holding on to grudges or outdated beliefs? Dan Shari isn't about deprivation. It's about creating space for what matters. Physically, a decluttered space calms your nervous system. Mentally, releasing obligations frees energy for creativity. Emotionally, letting go of toxic ties opens your heart. Start with a 10-minute Dan Shari session. Sort one category, like books or emails, keeping only what aligns with your values. Then, extend it to one non-physical area. Forgive yourself for a past mistake or decline a draining request. As you let go, notice the lightness that emerges. Dan Shari builds a life where every object, action, and thought is intentional, dissolving stress and amplifying purpose. Step 5 is to cultivate Ma, the art of embracing empty space. In Japanese aesthetics, Ma is the pause between notes, the gap in a painting, the silence that gives meaning. It's not absence, but presence, a deliberate choice to let emptiness enhance what's around it. Think of a Zen garden, a few rocks in a sea of gravel, the space making the rocks profound. Now, consider your life. You might fill every moment with activity, every corner with stuff, every thought with worry. This fullness stifles creativity and peace. Ma invites you to create space, physically by clearing a shelf and leaving it bare, temporally by pausing for 5 minutes with no phone, emotionally by letting go of perfectionism. This space becomes a canvas for ideas, rest, and joy. Try this. Declutter one small area, like a desk, and keep it empty, except for one meaningful item. Sit with it for a moment, noticing how the emptiness feels. Then, carve out a daily Ma moment, 3 minutes of stillness. Ma reduces visual and mental noise, fostering creativity and calm. It also saves money and supports sustainability by curbing mindless consumption. Over time, Ma transforms your life into a sanctuary where meaning can breathe. Step 6 is to discover your ikigai, your reason for being. In Okinawa, ikigai is the intersection of what you love, what you're good at, what the world needs, and what you can be paid for. It's the spark that gives your days purpose, anchoring you through challenges. Contrast this with the modern drift, chasing jobs that don't fulfill you, seeking validation online, or wondering, is this all there is? Ikigai doesn't demand a life overhaul. It asks you to weave purpose into daily actions. Maybe you love gardening and are skilled at it. Could you share plants with neighbors? Or you're a great listener. Could you volunteer to support others? Discovering Ikigai takes reflection. What makes you lose track of time? What do others admire in you? Write down your answers and look for overlaps. Then, experiment. Try one purposeful act, like teaching a skill or donating to a cause. Ikigai brings resilience, helping you navigate stress by rooting you in meaning. Start small. Journal for 5 minutes about what brings you joy and how you might share it. Over time, Ikigai aligns your life with your values, making every day feel richer. Step 7 is to live with mindfulness, the thread that ties these steps together. In Japanese culture, mindfulness is about being fully present, savoring a meal, noticing the texture of a leaf, listening deeply to a friend. It's the opposite of multitasking or autopilot, which leave you disconnected. Mindfulness amplifies minimalism by helping you make intentional choices. You buy less because you're aware of what you need. You stress less because you're present with what is. Try this. For one day, pause before each action, eating, working, scrolling, and ask, why am I doing this? Does it align with my values? This awareness creates space for gratitude and clarity. If mindfulness feels hard, start with one mindful moment daily. Sip your coffee slowly, noticing its warmth and taste. Over time, mindfulness becomes a habit, grounding you in the present and enhancing every step of your minimalist journey. To see these steps in action, meet Liam, a 35-year-old accountant overwhelmed by life. His apartment is cluttered with unused gadgets, his schedule is packed, and he feels purposeless. Inspired by Japanese minimalism, Liam starts with Wabi-Sabi, keeping a scratch table for its memories, letting go of perfectionism. He practices mottainai, repurposing old jars for storage, saving money, and feeling resourceful. Kaizen guides him to tidy one drawer daily, and soon his space feels manageable. Danshari helps him donate unworn clothes and decline draining events, creating mental clarity. He cultivates Ma by clearing a shelf and pausing for 5 minutes daily, sparking ideas for a photography hobby. Exploring Ikigai, he realizes his love for numbers and teaching could help kids with math, so he volunteers, finding joy. Mindfulness ties it together. He savors morning walks, feeling present. Over months, Liam's stress fades. His life feels intentional, and he's rediscovered his spark. His home still has quirks, a colorful rug, a quirky lamp, but it's simple, purposeful, alive. Here's how you can start today, even with a busy life. First, practice Wabi-Sabi. Write about one imperfection you've judged, reframing it as beautiful. Second, embody mottainai. Reuse one item, like turning scraps into soup. Third, apply Kaizen. Pick one chaotic area and improve it 1% daily, like organizing a shelf. Fourth, try Danshari. Spend 10 minutes decluttering one category, then release one mental burden like guilt. Fifth, cultivate Ma. Clear a small space and pause for 3 minutes daily. Sixth, explore Ikigai. Journal about what you love and how to share it. Seventh, practice mindfulness. Do one task with full presence, like eating without distractions. Set a daily reminder for these actions for 2 weeks, tracking how you feel. If you hit resistance, attachment to clutter, guilt over saying no, ask, what's the smallest step I can take? Maybe it's letting go of one item or breathing deeply for 30 seconds. These micro actions, rooted in Japanese wisdom, will reshape your life. Challenges may arise. Decluttering can stir emotions. If you cling to sentimental items, take photos to preserve memories, then let go. Saying no might feel selfish. Remind yourself that protecting your energy serves others too. Perfectionism may creep in. Counter it with Wabi-Sabi, celebrating good enough. If you feel you're not minimalist enough, remember, this isn't about rules but intention. Your home can have color. Your life can have fullness. Just make it purposeful. As you embrace these steps, your home will feel like a haven. Your schedule will have breathing room, and your mind will quiet. You'll spend less, easing financial stress, and connect more deeply with others. You'll find joy in small moments. A warm mug, a kind word, a task done with care. This is Japanese minimalism, not emptiness, but abundance through what's essential. What's stirring in you now? A spark of hope, a curiosity to try one step, or a flicker of doubt? That's okay. This journey meets you where you are, asking only for one small choice. Imagine your life a year from now, spacious, intentional, alive with purpose. Picture a morning where you wake with ease, your space clear, your heart full. This path is yours, leading to a life that feels like home. What will your first step be? First step be. First step be.